If you're watching this video and you've worked with an agency that's left you feeling drained, stressed, unheard, or honestly just tired of the entire industry, I want to show you something. This video is not here to judge you, it's not here to scare you, and it's definitely not here to pressure you into anything. This video is for models who gave all their trust to an agency who came out the other side worse instead of better. If that is you, take a breath, you're not stupid, you didn't fail, and you are not the problem. So let's talk about what actually went wrong. So why does this video exist? So I talk to models every single week who say the same things. I feel disconnected from my page. I don't even recognize how I'm being portrayed anymore. I was making money, but I was miserable. I feel like I lost control. And the hardest part is most of them think that's just how all agencies are, but it's not. What you experienced was not normal, it was not healthy, and it definitely wasn't what proper management looks like. So in this video, I want to help you understand why bad agencies drain you, recognize red flags you might have ignored, and rebuild clarity and confidence moving forward. No drama, no naming names, just the truth. So the first big problem is the loss of control. The most common issue with bad agencies is control. Not guidance, not support, control. It usually starts small, so you stop logging into your own account, you don't know what's being sent in your name, and decisions are made without you. And at first you might think, oh, what a relief. The workload's off, and finally you don't have to deal with everything. But slowly over time, that relief is going to turn into discomfort. You'll start thinking, that doesn't sound like me. I wouldn't say that. I don't like how this feels. And that is where the drain begins. Because when you lose control over your image and voice, you stop feeling like a creator and start feeling like a product. And no one thrives like that. A lot of these agencies don't even send a basic form to their models when they onboard, just getting to know them. They just wing it. And that is crazy to me. The amount of models I've spoken to who have gone to sign with an agency or even signed with them and they don't even bother to ask simple questions about the model. Like, how are the chatters supposed to imitate the creator if they don't even know their favorite color? They don't know where they're from. They don't know their favorite food. They don't know their favorite music. They don't know their hobbies, any of those basic things. And that's where the creators start to feel like they're being portrayed as someone they're not. And the second problem is something that most people won't say out loud. So money alone does not equal success. And a lot of bad agencies focus only on the numbers. They push sales, they spam content, and they maximize short-term revenue. And yes, sometimes the money goes up, but emotionally, you're left feeling empty. You're disconnected and you feel replaceable because you're no longer building your brand, you're just being used to extract money. And that kind of income always comes at a cost. Burnout, anxiety, resentment, and loss of motivation. And if you ever felt guilty for feeling unhappy even though you were earning money, that's not you being ungrateful. That's your intuition telling you something was wrong. This is such a red flag as well because short-term gains are actually not that important. The thing is as well, if you're doing OnlyFans, you're likely doing it to build a career. So these short-term gains don't actually mean that much. And these short-term gains could be from, like, for example, paid promos, which I've gone over in a previous video, why organic content is so much better than paid promos. And as we all know, organic growth does take longer. Obviously, it's not overnight success. It can take a while. But that's why you build your personal brand, because once it's built up, you're unstoppable. Now let's get into the third problem. So you were never actually supported by them. Bad agencies love the word support, but they don't actually provide it. So real support would mean listening to your boundaries, caring about your mental health, adapting the strategy to you, protecting your long-term career. But what many models get instead is silence unless the numbers start to drop, pressure instead of guidance, and guilt instead of reassurance. You weren't being managed, you were being monitored, and that just creates that constant stress. So you'll start feeling like, if I slow down now, I'm going to disappoint them. If I speak up, I'll be replaced. And that is not a partnership, that is fear-based management, and fear is going to drain you fast. Let's look at why you might have started losing motivation in the first place. A lot of models do actually blame themselves when the motivation disappears. They might say, like, I'm lazy now, I lost my drive, I'm just not built for this. That is not true, because motivation disappears when you're not emotionally connected to your work, you feel powerless, your effort doesn't feel meaningful. You didn't lose motivation, you lost your alignment. Your body and mind were protecting you from something that didn't feel right anymore. And that is not weakness, that is awareness. Another thing connected to this that I want to talk about is maybe you're starting to feel unmotivated, even if you're running it solo, or maybe you're working with an agency that is providing you that support and you are actually happy with them. And that's probably because you don't actually want to do OnlyFans anymore. Maybe these creators want the money, they want the fame, they want the success, they want the following on social media, but it doesn't actually align with them. And I always do say, like, doing OnlyFans isn't for everyone, and that is okay. But if you do lose that alignment and you feel like OnlyFans isn't for you, it might be time to give it a rest. That is just a side note though. If you do feel like OnlyFans doesn't align with you anymore and you are actually happy with your situation, then maybe it just isn't for you. Next thing I want to talk about is not all agencies are bad. And the reason I want to say this is because from experience, me and my business, like, we actually help creators scale, we actually provide the support. And I do want to be clear as well, this video is not saying that all other agencies are evil, but a good agency is rare. A good agency amplifies your voice instead of replacing it, works with you, not over you, values longevity over fast cash, like what I was talking about earlier, like building your personal brand long term, and they make your life easier, not heavier. If an agency made you feel smaller, quieter, or replaceable, they failed at their job. You were never supposed to feel drained and you were supposed to feel supported. So how do you rebuild trust after a bad experience? If you've been through this, rebuilding just takes time. So here's what matters most moving forward. Number one, you deserve transparency. You should always know what is happening on your page. Number two, you deserve choice. Your boundaries matter always. Number three, you deserve respect. Your mental health is more important than any strategy out there. And number four, you deserve long-term vision. Not just quick money, but sustainable success. Whether you work solo or with help again, those standards are non-negotiable. If an agency previously has drained you, I want you to hear this clearly. You're not broken, you're not difficult, and you are not the problem. You were just placed in a system that didn't honor you. And here's the good news, you don't have to repeat that system to succeed. Your career can feel calm, it can feel empowering, it can feel profitable, and it can feel sustainable. And you need to make sure to never settle for less than that again. If this video resonated with you, I'm really glad you found it because you are not alone. And you're not crazy for feeling the way you do. And if you do want more honest conversations like this, make sure to subscribe to my channel. And if you do ever decide you want help again from people who actually value transparency, boundaries, and long-term growth, feel free to drop me a message on Instagram. I'll put my Instagram on the screen now. It's also in the description of the video. But it's no pressure and it is no rush. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and if you have any questions at all, make sure to drop a comment. I reply to every single one. And I'll see you in the next video.